Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII-2. I'm the Mysterious JG. Let's head to the Historia Crux. Something I probably should have done between videos. We are going to, even though we now have access to the year 1X as fuck, we're going to kind of ignore that and instead go to the Brescia ruins in the year 5 as fuck. Because there's stuff we haven't seen there yet. We'll be coming back to Brescia Ruins 5 as fuck later still, because we have to go to the Brescia Ruins in another time period where it's winter and get the winter flower and blah blah. There's a lot of little things like that where you got to visit the same location in a couple of time periods to complete a side quest and get a fragment. I never would have tried this without the strategy guide, but now since I'm LPing it, and so far I'm getting constant copyright strikes, but all they mean are advertisements and not that the video is banned, I'm much more inclined to try and do a 100% run where I get, not 100%, but where I get all of the artifacts and get the secret ending. I also found out that the more artifacts you collect, the easier the final boss battle is, which I did not know about, and that's kind of interesting. Because I found the end game battles of this to be significantly more difficult than the non-optional endgame battles in Final Fantasy XIII. And in Final Fantasy XIII, again, when I LP'd it, not when I was doing it just as a player offline, I did the optional content, but the main story content for Final Fantasy XIII, not that bad. So there's no telling how much extra stuff I'm going to find here now with the Moogle throw. I hadn't really thought about it. Here it comes. A holding cell key. Oh, okay. You did it. I knew there was a way to get progress, but I did not realize that this was it. I just saw that and was like, oh, cool, I'm going to find another secret thing. Here it comes, a Moogle. Woohoo.
This is so messed up.
So strung out.
What for the size? Oh, I'm having some trouble with ID overlaps. You know our communicators serve as personal IDs?
I did not know that, Morris.
There's another guy out there using the same identification signature as me.
Oh, he's in a different as fuck year.
Database, it was obvious. It has me existing in two places at the same time. Someone else's ID is overlapping with mine. I want to know how this could happen.
I want to kill someone over this. Understanding quite a predicament according to the Academy Security. Someone else is out there using his identification signature to find the culprit and responsible, and the duplicate comm device is all the mystery. Sure.
Hey, it's like I have my own private detectives.
It's like having Dick Tracy on my side.
Found another me walking around the ruins.
Well, in a different time period, I'm sure we will. Yeah.
Nah, it's probably just a tech screw up.
Well, yeah, you're like my Dick Tracy, so watch out for roof snipers. Also, there's Mog, are you even gonna... I'm staring right at her. Are you not gonna flip out about this thing? Fine, I guess I gotta look for them myself. Personal notes. So what the heck did the personal notes do? They're probably part of some other side quest that I either don't have or have forgotten about. You unlock the door. Huzzah. Got 10 vitality chips. That is a steep ramp. Now I can see I'm on the other side. I was able to see this stuff before and was always like, oh, interesting how the background looks like a place that you could potentially go. Oh, wait. It is a place you could potentially go. I wonder if I'll encounter different enemies out here, no enemies at all, or the same enemies as before. Okay, so this one he gives a shit about.
That's not gonna happen.
The hell you mean it's not going to happen? Okay, it would appear to be the same shitty enemies as before. So by the time you're able to get here with the Moogle throw and all, you are way too... Like, I know I over-leveled, but you're way too powerful for this shit. Ping pong, Koopo. I don't know what the fuck that means, Koopo, but... Ching chong. Sorry. An army comm device. Okay, well this is... This is probably the solution to that guy's quest. You know what? I'm going to try to ignore these guys. I'm going to try and see what happens. Okay, good. Butterfly bow. So I believe this is the Whoppet that I'm supposed to be looking for. Increasing her... Oh, it's giving her ATB charge too. As a passive instead of a passive of nothing. So I'm at... Alright. I guess I'm just curious as to what... $362, $1092, $390, $11. I mean, this is definitely the best one, but... Meanwhile, the Delicate Magician's Mark is what's giving me those magic boosts. Okay. So ATB charge 2 charges my ATB. ATB rate plus 25 increase the rate at which it charges. But ATB charge 2 is moderately recharges ATB gauge each time an enemy's attacked. So they're probably both fine. Meanwhile, Noel doesn't really have... I mean, you get the increased charge rate for a slight decrease to his stats, but that might actually be the better thing. Whatever. Like I said, we're not having major difficulty right now. This would be kind of interesting. I'm curious. They sure do say that, buddy. Yeah, they sure do. Just gonna ignore these enemies as much as I can. No longer because Roll will be loading the game and none of this will matter. Now it's because the time it takes to defeat them is not worth it. Even though it takes seconds. Let's go... Before we go activate that gate, which we should be able to do now because we've got a wild artifact. We'll see whether a wild artifact activates it or if it has to be a specific other artifact. But let's go see the guy. Now that we found an army comms device, maybe this is the comms device and it's just hanging around randomly in the ruins. Which would be a really lame way to end this quest without even meeting another version of him wandering around thanks to Temporal Paradox, but it's an entirely plausible way for them to end this.
You found a suspicious comm device? Let's see it. Here we go. This is the source of my headaches.
But no one's using it to do anything.
ID sig is my communicator.
Yeah, but it's not. It wasn't moving around.
These two devices look exactly the same. They even have the same scratches on the casing. What the hell? Is this what they mean when they talk about events that shouldn't be happening?
What the hell? It's like the ending of a Metal Gear game.
Effect ignores the boundaries of time. If that's true, then maybe a future me somehow wandered into the present and dropped my communicator, landing me in this mess. You know what? Let's not think about that. My problem is solved.
Let's not think about that. My problem isn't really interesting or useful. Here, you get a fragment. That's Vita Lyrica. So I've long since stopped looking at each fragment as we get it, but we could read the description of this one. The Nora House Chronicles. Sarah's left on a journey too, so things are going to get busy around here. She was the only one who knew how to cook all the Nora House dishes. With her gone, it's just me holding down the fort. Sarah used to get good grades back in school. History was her favorite subject. She was teaching the kids the odd class here and there, but Snow and her were talking about building a proper school right here in Nobodham. When they make it back, we're all going to pitch in and make it happen. Okay, I don't see what that had to do with this guy, but, sure. Apparently reading all of the information contained in the fragments will help you to understand the backstory of what's going on a little bit more than the game itself. What is a common complaint about the Final Fantasy XIII Nova Chrysalis, whatever it's called, trilogy, is that the games are not good at, like, explaining what's going on. You're supposed to do extra reading. Oh, I guess I jumped right into that guy. Let me confirm that I've already got this thing. I do. So we just want to finish it as fast as we can. Well, even if I didn't have, even I hadn't already captured them, we'd want to finish it as fast as we could, but...
The future is bright.
The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
You know what they say?
Sure. Well, I've got 3 of these. I guess I might as well use one, and... This is pretty clearly going to be optional content. The wild artifacts almost always lead to something that you don't have to visit to win the story. No, so the Brescia Ruins in the year 300 as fuck. And it looks like it's cold here.
In the year 20 AF, the Brescia Ruins suddenly experienced an influx of monstrous intruders. A paradox was thought to be the cause, but before an investigation could be launched, the situation was already out of hand. The government all but abandoned the area and appealed to the general populace for possible solutions.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The ruins crawled with mercenaries and researchers looking to make names for themselves in what had become an unregulated, lawless district. As the situation continued to deteriorate, all attempts to stem the invasion ended in wasted time and resources. 300 years have gone by since that paradox first appeared.
Oh, monstrous intruders. I was trying to figure out who the intruders were. Like, the mercenaries are an invasion that can't be stopped? Or no, they're talking about monsters. Well, if nothing else, I guess we ought to ignore this and go to the year 10 as fuck. But if nothing else, this zone will allow us to probably find the flower that only blooms in the winter or whatever.
It looks like another paradox appeared in the Brescia Ruins, Kubo. The number of monsters just keeps growing, and the military's in a tizzy trying to cope, Kubo. So the government is asking civilians to help out, Kubo. Of course, the 3 of us are going to help, Kubo. Nothing.
Yeah, you guys really need warmer clothes.
The more we help, the more the government will pay for our trouble, Kubo. I've already made room in my pockets, Kubo.
You have pockets, Kupo?
We're getting paid. I wonder how much.
I got
What are
paid!
you gonna do with all that gil anyway? Got your eye on something?
I'll figure that out once I have the gil, Kubo. First, we have to earn it, Kubo.
Hey guys, it looks like we're not the only ones interested in the rewards the government has to offer.
Kupo. Oh. Well, well, I think I recognize the sight ahead. Yep. I recognize that. That is a, that is a, what is called a rambunctious chocobo. I'm going to save. Mostly because you can potentially waste a lot of Geishal greens. Talk to this guy first.
With this many monsters prowling the area, all we can do is take them out one at a time, starting with the ones in front of us.
Everyone needs to dress
According to my
warmer.
extensive research, there should be some kind of device that's been recording the biology of these monsters for some time now. If only I could find that valuable piece of equipment, it would certainly make dealing with the monsters a lot easier.
Platinum Ring. Brescia Ruins, 300 as fuck. Jonah has his hands full. Rapidly increasing number of monsters in the area. He believes there's a recording device somewhere.
You mean you'll do it? You'll help me look for the recording device? I knew I could count on you too.
For some reason. By the way, who's that crawling around with his gun? Rambunctious chocobos. Red-feathered, purple-tailed, rambunctious chocobos are a mutant breed born from a paradox. If you approach a chocobo with a Gaishaw grain in your possession, it will allow you to ride it. However, this greedy bird will continue to feed on your greens while you are its passenger. When it's devoured all that you have, it will mercilessly throw you off and run away. You can increase the time this chocobo will allow you to ride by collecting certain fragments. Here's the important thing, is the chocobo theme music. I'm just going to be quiet for this. So cute yet fierce. It's from hell, I believe the singer says. So these choco assholes constantly eat Gaishaw grains. So I got a gate seal. That was probably worth all the... Because as soon as you dismount, the thing runs off and abandons you. So, and I believe the Chocobo theme music was starting to recycle by that point, but... Chocolina's theme is far away. Can I talk to you? I've still got my military uniform, though. I don't really command anything. Okay, I thought you had a quest or something. I guess you're just some dude. I think I've already fought you guys on the Arcolite steps. Munchkins? Yeah, I think I've already... Well, no. If I have, I haven't tamed any. But lightning killed them off awfully fast. And we captured one. So let's at least, while we're here, we'll make our way to... Oh, why am I fighting them? I just captured one. There's really nothing to be gained from it anymore. Doesn't take very long, obviously, with... Well, even our monsters have frost effects. Potent engines are probably something I don't have a lot of, actually. Looks like there's only one weather per time period. I don't think I've got this particular variety of bomb.
I'll be quick.
Yeah, circuitrons I don't have yet.
Let's do it.
And I still don't have them. But I did get the Solarbornite, or Corborite. You got a recording device of some kind here?
I wonder why people waste their efforts picking off monsters one creature at a time.
Well, we're dumb.
I know a faster way we can get rid of them. We just need a lot of explosives, enough to blow up the entire ruins.
Really?
I'm having an explosives expert look into it now. If you happen to run into a mercenary called the Commander, can you let him know that I want to speak with him?
Okay. He wants the Commander to find... To blow up the ruins. Sure, sounds like a great quest.
His nickname is the Commander.
You've actually already talked to him. There's not that many NPCs around here that they put little, speech bubbles over their heads.
I think you guys took a wrong turn somewhere. The kiddie pool is that way.
Well, he's got a character name, so he's probably part of somebody else's quest. Oh, there's a bunch of you, and I haven't caught one of you yet, so let's fight you. Enjoy! It's Dr. Larry Eckhard.
All our dreams can come true.
Our dreams of destroying a bunch of circuitrons. A beautiful dream from my childhood of getting a lot of Corborite and exploding another human being. So they recycle the same maps in different time periods, but some of the same treasures appear and some of them don't. More Corborites. I guess these have a really low crystal drop rate, maybe? There certainly seem to be enough of them appearing. There we go. Now we got a Circuitron. We pretty much don't have to fight those guys anymore, because they have no idea what Corborite is for. I'm going to assume it's a component. Yeah. So there's some weapon or material or accessory or something that Chocolina can craft that requires Corborite, the Solarbornite. You know I've fought you guys before. Well, it looks like there's a gate over there. If I could figure out how to get up there. Perhaps by just going right up here. Sure. All right. Well, we can come right back here. This is another section now of map completion for this this overall map, so that's nice. Oh, and we have Yassif Mashif. 110 as fuck. So we've got Yassif Mashif in the year 10, and then we've got an alternate version of the Yassif Mashif in year 10. And now we've got Yassif Mashif 100 years in its own in that future. Let's this is where the game really opens up to the point where you're not always sure what am I supposed to be doing right now, because this is all sorts of side content, like, you know, go talk to the commander and figure out whether or not you can blow up the ruins. That's a side thing. We don't have to do that. The story is not going to continue until we go to the year 1X as fuck Yassif Mashif. But we can at least, while we're here, try to deal with the... oh, this might be it here, actually. No, it's Unicorn Horn. Somewhere around here, I'm expecting to find a flower that only blooms in the winter. Silver petal. I think that's it. What are you freaking out? Oh, he's He thinks, oh, you're doing like a snow pose of punching your own hand, huh? Well, what happened? He said, how's that, Kupo, but I don't actually see what changed. Yeah, what actually changed when he went, how's that, Kupo? Like he had revealed something. Is this it? A tattered stuffed animal? Maybe part of a different quest? Well, I don't necessarily feel the need to mount that Chocobo since they drain Gaishal greens the whole time. But we've got this artifact we've got this flower to give to some dude in a different time period. Basically, we're bringing him a flower from the future. But while we're still in this time period, let's go talk to the commander. Let's go to the commander's room. And if it's just munchkins and I can't say I'm really all that excited about helping these guys fight these monsters. If it's just a bunch of munchkins. And now the Chocobo is going to help out. That might be rambunctious because they're apparently some kind of temporally displaced mutant Chocobos. But they still know that when it comes to humans or munchkins, they're enemies of the munchkins. Scaring me clearing up for a while. I just like to call that out to myself. You know, while wandering around. And I just had one of those moments of whatever you think of this game, play this and then play the original Final Fantasy and play this. It's kind of amazing how much... Oh, is that... It's an enemy rambunctious Chocobo? That's awesome. I definitely want to capture... Oh, it's a purple Chocobo. It's like I want to capture a rambunctious Chocobo and have it be one of my warriors. I've already got red, blue, and regular old yellow Chocobos. I do not have a purple Chocobo. That would appear to be an enemy of this zone. So a Chocobo just appears and everyone starts trying to murder it. That doesn't seem very nice.
You need something from me?
Yeah, will you help blow up stuff?
Investigation's going, don't you? The report's done, yes. According to my calculations, if we were to blow up the entire ruin, there's a chance we'll harm Cocoon.
Oh, sounds pretty cool.
Blow up entire ancient cities willy-nilly. Too bad. Would have been a hell of a show. Oh,
would have been a Chocobo show.
I found something strange when I was investigating the area. I've included my findings in the report. Do me a favor and make sure this gets to your client safely.
Well, Commander, it really doesn't seem like you're that involved with completing your assignment by handing over the report yourself.
I would be on board. It seems I'll just have to continue my bounty.
It's the commander's room. You guys aren't Chocobos. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna bother fighting an enemy that isn't even a Chocobo. I'm here to wipe out Chocobos. That is to wipe out Chocobos is my mission. Millennia, you see. So a lot of blindly searching around maps you've already done before in different time periods is going to be involved with finishing all these quests. For example, we're looking for a device that records information on monsters. It may be up in the northern part of the map where, like, the device we used with Atlas was before. It might not.
I see the commander gave you his report. Can I take a look?
Well, yeah. It's the reason we got it.
Well, he poo-pooed my mass destruction idea.
Poo-poo.
I thought it was a good idea at the time. Well, back to the drawing board. I noticed something interesting in his report.
It's something about mass
Apparently, the ruins have
destruction.
been subject to many explosions in the past, and they weren't from any battle. There was a direct attack on the academy by a certain group. I've never heard of anything like this before. I have a feeling there's a lot I don't know about this. I
Like
should stick
everything.
my nose where it doesn't belong. Anyway, here's something for your trouble.
That is an odd bit of dialogue. And now we can no longer even talk to him. He's like, wow, something really interesting went on in the past year involving the group of this, blah, 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 but it's not worth sticking my nose into. Like, okay, I guess. Anyway, let's just barely increase our stats some more. And now I have to make an important decision about how much more time I'm going to spend in this zone before we go somewhere else. We need to advance the story and get to another episode before Chocolina will saw anything more interesting. So I am tempted to just push ahead into the next bit of story before doing any more wandering around looking for shit in these optional areas. For example, Argolite Steppe, which has almost a dozen fragments for us to find. Anyway, folks, I'm calling it a video for now. When we come back, I may go back to the story of Crux. I might spend a little more time here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the strategy guide just to kind of glance and see. Failed to record is not enough disk space. Okay, better call it a video. Bye-bye.